The Middle East is currently witnessing an unprecedented and rapid escalation in modern warfare as the Islamic Republic of Iran transitions from asymmetric proxy conflicts to direct, heavy-handed ballistic and naval engagements against both Israel and the United States, in what military analysts are questioning as either the devastating opening act of a prolonged missile war or merely a trailer for a much larger, catastrophic regional conflagration. Tehran has begun unleashing some of its most advanced and heavily guarded munitions. The sheer scale and technological sophistication of the recent barrages suggests that the Iranian military is no longer relying solely on sheer volume, but rather on precision, speed, and massive payload delivery to overwhelm advanced Western air defense networks. This terrifying new phase was starkly illustrated on March 4th, when Iran dramatically expanded the geographic theater of the conflict by executing a highly coordinated long-range strike against United States naval assets operating in the deep waters of the Indian Ocean. According to statements from the Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps, IRGC, Iranian forces successfully targeted a U.S. destroyer that was in the vulnerable process of mid-sea refueling from an American tanker ship located approximately 650 kilometers off Iran's southern coastline. To execute this complex maritime ambush, the IRGC utilized a deadly combination of Ghada medium-range ballistic missiles and Taleh strategic cruise missiles. The deployment of these specific weapons marks a significant escalation in Iran's anti-access and area denial capabilities, actively threatening the vital logistical lifelines of the U.S. Navy. Fact-checking the arsenal reveals that the Ghada missile, a liquid propellant system, boasts an impressive operational range of between 1,600 and 2,000 kilometers, allowing it to strike deep into the Indian Ocean or cover the entirety of Israel from launch sites in western Iran. Complementing this high-arcing ballistic threat, the Taleh is a highly sophisticated, domestically produced fully smart cruise missile, capable of reaching targets over 1,000 kilometers away. Unlike older generations of static trajectory munitions, the Taleh is engineered with the advanced capability to alter its flight path and fundamentally change targets mid-mission, making it exceptionally difficult for naval close-in weapon systems and advanced Aegis combat arrays to track and intercept. This mid-course retargeting capability effectively turns the high seas into a highly volatile extension of the Middle Eastern battlefield, threatening international shipping lanes and drastically complicating American maritime force projection in the region. Following the brazen assault in the Indian Ocean, the focus of the Iranian offensive violently shifted westward toward the Israeli heartland the very next day. On the dawn of March 5th, the IRGC unleashed a terrifying barrage specifically targeting the densely populated metropolitan center of Tel Aviv, alongside critical logistical hubs, including Ben Gurion International Airport and an associated Israeli Air Force facility. For this high-stakes assault, Iran deployed its most formidable medium-range ballistic missile, the Khorramshahr-4, also known by its operational designation, K-Bar. The use of the Khorramshahr-4 represents a massive qualitative leap in the lethality of the munitions raining down on Israel. Unveiled relatively recently in May 2000, this fourth-generation ballistic missile is an engineering marvel designed specifically to bypass sophisticated multi-layered interception grids like Israel's Arrow and David's Sling systems. The missile features a highly advanced liquid rocket engine utilizing hypergolic fuel, which can be stored safely inside the missile's tanks for years. This critical logistical feature drastically reduces the pre-launch preparation time to a mere 12 minutes, virtually eliminating the window for preemptive enemy strikes against Iranian launch silos. Furthermore, the Khorramshahr-4 has a confirmed operational range of 2,000 kilometers, putting the entirety of the Levant and numerous U.S. bases across the Gulf well within its crosshairs. Defense analysts note that if the payload is strategically reduced, the missile's operational range could potentially be extended to 3,000 kilometers or more. Perhaps most alarming to Israeli defense planners is the weapon's sheer destructive potential and extreme velocity. It is capable of carrying a massive warhead weighing between 1,500 and 1,800 kilograms, making it the heaviest payload in Iran's current ballistic inventory, specifically designed to obliterate deeply fortified bunkers and critical military infrastructure. As it hurtles toward its target, the missile operates at hypersonic velocities, reaching speeds of up to Mach 16 outside the Earth's atmosphere, and maintaining a blistering Mach 8 upon atmospheric re-entry, reducing the enemy's defensive reaction time to practically zero. While Iranian state media triumphantly broadcasted video footage purporting to show the successful launch and high-accuracy impacts of the K-bar barrages, the ground reality remains fiercely contested. The Israel Defense Forces swiftly countered Tehran's narrative, officially stating that their integrated air defense architecture successfully intercepted the vast majority of the incoming Iranian ballistic threats before they could strike their intended targets. The fog of war further thickened with conflicting reports regarding the integration of unmanned aerial vehicles into the March 5th offensive. The Iranian army claimed to have seamlessly supplemented the Khorram Shah. 4 ballistic strikes with a swarm of suicide drones specifically aimed at unspecified high-value targets within Tel Aviv, and the highly sensitive Meron air control and radar base located in the mountainous terrain of northern Israel. Despite these bold assertions from Iranian state television, Israeli military officials vehemently denied the claims, maintaining that there were absolutely no confirmed reports or ground evidence of drone impacts within Israeli territory on that day. However, regardless of the tactical success or failure of individual munitions, the psychological and strategic intent behind the campaign was made chillingly clear the following day. On March 6th, a spokesperson for the Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps issued a severe, public warning directed squarely at Israel, explicitly stating that Tehran is fully mobilized and completely prepared for a grueling, prolonged war of attrition, vowing to relentlessly punish what the IRGC termed the aggressor state. The general delivered a sobering assessment of the conflict's trajectory, stressing that despite the terrifying deployment of the Khorram Shah 4 and Garda missiles, Iran has thus far utilized only a minute fraction of its actual deeply entrenched military capabilities, hinting at massive subterranean missile cities and untouched strategic reserves scattered across the Iranian plateau. The spokesperson declared that Iran is currently finalizing the rollout of a completely new generation of strategic, offensive weaponry that has never before been witnessed on any modern battlefield. This ominous promise of new initiatives and experimental weapons on the way serves as a dark omen for regional stability, strongly indicating that Tehran's leadership views the current violence not as a fleeting retaliatory skirmish, but as a sustained campaign of geopolitical reshaping. The IRGC's declaration that the enemy must expect painful blows in every upcoming operational wave suggests a calculated, phased escalation designed to systematically exhaust Israeli interceptor stockpiles, such as the costly Iron Dome and Arrow missiles, and perpetually terrorize civilian populations. As the world watches these heavy payload ballistic missiles streak across the Middle Eastern skies, and highly maneuverable smart cruise missiles hunt advanced destroyers in the open ocean, the horrifying reality sets in. The 2,000-kilometer reach of Iran's current arsenal, characterized by the devastating kinetic energy of the Khorram Shah 4 and the precision of the Talayeh, may merely be the opening salvo in a devastating, multi-front war that threatens to consume the entire region, sever global economic supply lines, and permanently alter the global balance of power.